Thank you. Thank you. Great summary. And I really appreciate you sharing out for your group. Were we both able to watch the video about the economy?
Yes.
Unprecedented times. So if you haven't already, I wonder if you could start working on step 3 of your hyperdoc, which is basically like, what is Mary Elaine taking away from this video, or like what's most interesting or something she still wonders, and then the same for Dacia. What's something that she's wondering or that she takes away from the video? And that way you can kind of go from there in how we should write this summary.
So I think what we're going to do is just wait for Jamer to finish because she said she was almost done. And then we can start talking about what we learned.
Sounds good. Are there any questions about how to do step 3 of working together, writing that summary?
I don't think so. We just like kind of quote one thing from each person, and then we work together for the summary, right?
Yeah, you might not do like exact quotes of what each person took away, but that's a good place to start off with, because you want to, the things that are most interesting to you are the things that you want to share in your summary, right? Those are going to be the same things that are interesting to your classmates.
Yes. And then I started a little bit on the summary, but I'm going to make sure that I'll share what I have and then see if they need if they have any other like edits or suggestions to it, and then we can finish it. We can finish the rest of it with everyone.
That sounds great. So I'd like for you to take a couple minutes to talk, what were the main takeaways from that video and what should we share with our group? And that's step 3 of your hyperdoc.
Okay, so like the important terms or ideas that I basically just put are the considerations of schools were to open again, changes in students if they were to open, and cleaning items more than once a day. That's what I wrote for the important terms.
I wrote about how it's affecting like the students that are like going into school and stuff, because I read about this when we were going into high school, and like it's affecting her because she can't do things that she was planning to do. And then I also wrote that about how like they can't, there's like different restrictions that they have to follow because they're thinking about like
the fact that we finished quarantine, we're gonna still need to reduce our emissions to create change, or at least long-term change, because all these drops in pollutions in areas and carbon emissions is all because of the quarantine, so that's temporary. But to initiate long-term change, we need long-term change. We need an incentive to do that, to create that change. So yes, that was what I learned.
And tell everybody about what we learned. So I think as far as the alphabet goes, we could start with group A. Edmee, Brianna, and Miguel, you also read or you watched that video. What else would you add, or what else struck you?
They compared the pollution going down to the areas of the Soviet Union and Europe, with the greenhouses rain going down in a matter of 5 periods, and how like the pollution in some areas has also gone down.
Great, thank you. Cool segue, because I liked how Edmee noted that this can be actually compared to comparable times in history. And in group C, Mary Elaine and Dacia watched a video about how the economy and the changes in the economy are sort of unprecedented. And well, I'll just let them tell you about it.
I'm gonna read straight off of what I wrote, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Great.
In the video titled "Why is the coronavirus economic fallout unlike anything we've ever seen?" Our current economy was compared to other setbacks we've seen in history. Economics professor Noral Rubini informs us that the 2008 global financial crisis took 2 years for the economy to go downhill by 30%, but this time it's only taken a few weeks of a month for everything to rapidly spiral down. I didn't finish my summary, but then he proceeds to compare what's currently happening due to the coronavirus to the Great Depression.
Thank you for your awesome summaries. I hope that we got something out of our conversations about these topics. Next class, we are going to be practicing doing a little bit of our own research in just like a little experiment of what happens when I look for the answers to my questions by myself and trying to finesse our research skills. But again, all of that is just happening right there in our class meeting. Also happening that day is working on stream of consciousness. If you want to, you can watch the video in the HyperDoc and practice if you want, but we're just going to have 15 minutes to practice that style next class as well. So we may have time to come back to this and talk more about your summaries. In the meantime, I would love it if you wrapped up day 1 stuff.